Soul Garden. Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com. Namaste and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul biography together. We're trucking through space. The sun now has entered into the Virgo state of awareness, or the IB state of awareness. This is as real as reality gets. It's the five senses. It's your health, and it's the possibility of integrity and transformation. But in this particular week, we move from step 2 to step 8, and we'll be committing to what we want to change. Looking at the moon starts in Aries, then shifts to Taurus for a couple of days, where there'll be a soul pyramid in Earth, then Gemini for 3 days. That's going to be a little insane. And then Cancer at the end of the week, where the moon will cross the grand square that we have going on. The signs most affected by this are Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sagittarius, and the Cancer, Capricorn spectrum is affected indeed. Now, looking at Mr. Orbits, man, the moon, which is the fastest moving planet, is going to be what gives us kind of some havoc. It starts in the root chakra, so there might be survival issues, and it goes through manifestation and ends the week in our solar plexus, so giving us stomach aches. The sun and Mercury are focusing around the heart chakra. Mercury will pass the sun this week, which means thoughts of the future can either make or break our hearts. Looking at the planets, we've got some, major trines going on. This soul pyramid in water, the grand trine of water, continuing forward between Jupiter, Black Lilith, Neptune, and Saturn in Scorpio. Saturn in Scorpio, probably the most difficult part of that, having to be responsible with personal emotional boundaries. No more time left. Now, this soul pyramid in Earth, which begins with the moon in Taurus, trines up to Pluto and over to Sun Mercury in Virgo. This means that as soon as you update your emotional life, you'll see your actual physical life start to change immediately. But not change too much. That's because we're in an all stop down with the grand square or grand cross, however you want to look at it, which is technically triggered by Venus in Libra. Venus in Libra is pushing for justice to be served here on the planet, and that's struggling against ego. So it's ego versus justice, kind of a classic battle on Earth. And of course, Jupiter, our emotions, opposing Pluto and Capricorn, the rules. So emotions versus rules, ego versus justice. This pretty much holds the traffic up on Earth. Nothing's going to change for a while, at least not in business plans, etc. Probably until after Labor Day weekend. And this grand cross or grand square is really the reason why. You can see here the moon will cross through Cancer at the end of the week. That's where it crosses that grand square again and crosses Mars and Jupiter. So leading up to Lightcast Day next week. But before we talk about Lightcast Day and next week, let's talk about this week. Let's take the Ascension elevator up and get a full 360 view of you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my heroes, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you. This is for Aries and Aries risings. The primary story will change this week from focusing on your inner child and personal dreams to shifting to personal reality, stepping into health, lifestyle, your commute to work, your work style, how hard do you work, are you unemployed? All these questions come up in the next 28 days. But there's also a lot of other stories going on. Personal boundaries are moving forward, and it's time to get justice or seek justice or balance in your personal relationships. So there's really havoc going on in many places. And there's a soul pyramid going on, which hopefully by the end of the week is going to make you feel a bit more valuable with finances and the ability to manifest. So as we start off here in chapter 1, the sun is in Virgo, and Mercury will pass the sun this week. That means we'll begin to stop thinking about the past and begin to think about the future. That's nice. We've been doing a lot of healing. Seems like 2013 has been nothing but healing. Now, this focus is on your health or lifestyle or the way you connect to your daily reality. So what's it like to walk a mile in your shoes? Literally, are there blisters on your feet? Do you need new shoes? That's the practicality of this transit. By the end of the week, you see those ghosted planets. Mercury will pass the sun, so we'll move from feeling maybe behind in your life to feeling ahead in your life. So that's going to be a good polarity. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is still wreaking havoc there in home, family, and foundation, or the way you nurture yourself or don't nurture yourself. You are expanding and moving into uncharted emotional territory, and you will have a breakdown or breakthrough or both at the end of the week, kind of depending on how much you've done your soul work. Black Lilith spinning there at 8 degrees says it is time to commit to your emotional karma you want to get rid of. And Saturn in Scorpio, pressing ahead, but beginning to now conjunct the North Node at 10 degrees. The North Node is basically the note from Creator, saying you want to love and trust and hold space for being able to trust yourself. That's what 10 degrees is. I can trust myself. Where are we so far? We're at 6 and moving to 7 this week. So 6 is find peace, 7 is find God. And so with trust and boundaries, you're finding peace and God consciousness in this particular week. Now, looking at last week, the turning point really was the full moon, caused a lot of emotional breakdowns with many people, many clients, very intense through the weekend, and we ended on a very high intense note Thursday night. Through the weekend, the sun shifted into Virgo, which is where we start this week. Now, on Sunday, the sun is at 2 degrees. That's an emotional day, and the moon is in Aries, so you're feeling pretty probably strong, confident, maybe even a chance of arrogance. But then things might get a little emotional by the evening, focused on soul capital and self-esteem issues. On Monday, that's what it's all about. We have a double soul pyramid going on. And what it comes down to for yourself and the Aries risings is that you will begin to feel a new value. This is a new value of self-confidence. This is a new value of money potential. This new value ties into your ideas of career and then over to the ideas of your basic day-to-day work life. So work life is changing, but you're uniting work life with values and career direction and maybe coming to some quantum decisions about where you want to manifest next. So you are emotionally under the seams, working on your inner faith and your boundaries and your emotional foundation. And then on top of the seams, you are working on soul capital, career, and changing your lifestyle. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, a lot going on. Tuesday, breakdowns, quantum breakdowns. We've got quantum breakdowns above the board. This will be a lifestyle breakdown, getting fired, getting hired, probably something that we would perceive as negative at first, but then positive in the end. Also, if you're pushing it or burning the candles at both ends, this is definitely a time where people will break down and get sick. So be very conscious about that. With Venus in Libra this whole week, it's a tug of war between strength and balance. And for you, that balance is in your mirage and the way you treat yourself. So really, it's about only take leaps in strength if you have the energy. If you don't, go ahead and yield and be nice to yourself and balance yourself. There is that duality going on with the grand square. So Tuesday is a breakdown, and the moon is in Gemini, so emotions are very pensive. In fact, your mind might take you too far. The moon in Gemini does hit one of those hard spots and get you into a mind game. So breakdowns on Tuesday. Breakthroughs on Wednesday, partly cloudy and also pensive on Wednesday. You are basically breaking down and breaking through, understanding. Now, what you're understanding is what in your daily life needs to go. What in your daily walking a mile in your shoes. Do you need a new pair of shoes? Do you need to commute less to work? Do you need to be in a different workspace? Do you need a new wardrobe because you're uncomfortable in your clothes? This is all very valid in Chapter 1 of Sun in Virgo. Remember, we'll get to a great lifestyle in 3 weeks, but now we're just trying to get rid of what's in the way, and this is the nitpickiness of Virgo, picking those details that we just don't want in our life anymore. Thursday, things feel good again. Venus rules the day, and so we're going to have a nice big golden star there as we start to feel the juice of good old love and creativity pouring into reality. And because it's in Virgo, you'll probably have something like a nice piece of cake or something literally physical that will make you feel better on Thursday. So just try to make it to Thursday. Friday is a partly cloudy day. The moon will move into Cancer, and by the end of the day, you'll be tired, ready to nest, and ready to rest. Also, the moon will cross the grand square. This will basically trigger your feeling of paralysis between emotions and career on one side, and then relationships and ego on the other. So marriage, ego, career, and emotions paralyze through the weekend. Then on Saturday, you want to decide and make a commitment to the stop sign, make a decision of what you want to go or get rid of in your daily life, or get rid of as far as your relationship to your body, or get rid of as far as eating differently or not smoking or quitting drinking or anything like that. It's a decision to stop, drop, and roll something off of your lifestyle. So it's a groovy week. It's an intense week. Now, come on down for just 1 second. I want to invite you to Jumpstart the Heart. This is a live webcam series where you can work with me on cam. It's us and about 9 students, and there's a variety of dates you can choose from. It's affordable, and you will be back in your heart and see why you were in your heart by the end of the web seminar. Also, Lightcast Bootcamp, my most popular class, is coming back on September 8th after Labor Day. Tickets are available at soulmart.me. And if you don't have time for a class, well, you can download one of my most popular classes. It's called Jumpstart Lightcasting, and it's really just a 90-minute video that helps you get into magic in 90 minutes. I just realized this the other day and thought I should bring this back out and show everybody. It's really a good one. These are all available, of course, at soulmart.me, and keep your horoscopes free and on the air. All right, that's all I have for the Rams. Namaste, my brothers and sisters. I will see you in 7 days with more. Until then, live, love, be.